Hey, think I'm using Salesforce as your LinkedIn outreach platform of choice, but you're not sure if you should actually use it instead of other alternatives like Expandy, Wallaxy, HeyReach, and all the other ones? Well, you're in luck because as far as I've seen at the time of this recording, there are no honest reviews of users who actually used Salesforce for over a year and share the good parts, the bad parts, basically things that they liked, didn't like, things that they mentioned to support, to improve. And this is exactly what I want to share with you basically in this video. Now, a quick note. I've been using Salesforce basically from 2022 to mid 2023, and this is when I recorded the following video. I'm gonna show you in a few seconds. However, I didn't share this video publicly yet. And I decided that why not right now? And so I will cut into this video. And although this has been around 2 years ago since this was recorded, to this day, there is still no in-depth review like this. And so I recommend if you're really considering using Salesforce for your LinkedIn outreach automation, watch this video, make notes of the good parts, basically things that I mentioned that I didn't like so much, and just make sure to test those parts yourself and actually speak to support about these parts. Now, 2 years have passed. They likely fixed a lot of the things I mentioned, but I haven't tested Salesforce since then. Basically, I've been using a different platform, which I'm going to share in a separate video. But I recommend you watch those things, you make notes, and as you trial basically Salesforce, or if you already use it, then basically test out those more sophisticated features I mentioned, and also reach out to support and ask if they actually added those capabilities. Now, without further ado, I'm just gonna cut into the video, and if you have any questions or comments regarding this, feel free to drop them below, and I will address each one. Enjoy. Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to do a quick and honest review of Salesforce, which is the LinkedIn automation tool I've been using myself and with my clients to send basically targeted multi-step outreach campaigns for almost actually over a year now. So I'm going to share basically what I like, what I dislike, give you an insight of the processes we use Salesforce for, basically to send thousands of connection requests over this time, and probably at this point tens of thousands of messages, LinkedIn messages across my and my clients' accounts. So let's jump straight in, basically, and let me show you what it is. So first things first, this is their main website. Let me actually reload this because I think I spotted like a quick change they did recently. So a year ago, the only way you could sign up, and even not so long ago, is basically by requesting a demo, and basically then you would get on a call with them, and basically they'll ask you a few questions, show you how to use it, and only then they will send you basically a sign-up link. Let's also cover pricing for a second. So at the moment, and I think as it was before, the main pricing was $99 per month per user. This is how it works. And let's say, since I'm using this both myself and I onboard basically clients for this, so the way like the onboarding process itself was a little bit clunky. So even with my clients, like they had to go through the same process. And although like I'm grateful for Salesforce partnership team that they allowed basically to connect, basically create a subdomain. So for example, this is my subdomain, adsansvar.salesforce.io, so agency subdomain, and then create accounts for my clients where basically I can access, help them set up and manage their campaigns for free. Basically as an agency, like obviously in exchange, like I bring clients to their platform, they're using their tool as their automation platform. So overall, it's cool, but the sign-up process was clunky. So for example, after you actually, let's say you went through the demo, you paid, you had to wait like many cases like several hours. In some cases it was quick, but in many cases a couple of hours needed to pass so you can get access to your account. and then you would have to start setting things up. On one hand, it's good that they do like demo and explain you all the right things, but I think if they had a sign-up process, which I believe they added this capability right now because I just saw a pop-up about the trial period. It's not showing right now, but it showed before. Maybe I just need to like hard refresh this page. Let's do like this. Maybe it'll show up. So this is something they're working on, but obviously, like for over a year now, this was the process. Now, let's imagine you went through the process, everything's cool. Let me show you exactly how it's structured. So you have your home, basically where it shows number of campaigns, unread messages, campaign alerts, etc. Dashboard with basically all the details of different campaigns. Personally, I don't use the dashboard too much. I don't find it like as like useful, but some of you may. Who knows? If you do, let me know. In any case, the main feature why basically we chose sales funnel from the beginning is the ability to send basically targeted multi-step campaigns for this. So they have a couple of campaign types. They have campaign type basically for new connections, and then you send like message sequences, basically follow-up sequences for that. So like this, and then you like basically you connect with people. You can like send empty connection requests, which I'm using right now, or add a personal note. And send the follow-ups. Like in this video, I'm not going to cover the follow-ups because like this probably do like later on a video on this, but for now, let's keep it a secret. In any case, basically the goal is to get a response from people and we send them basically targeted campaigns. Now, these are the statistics I have for now, and I probably can show like more statistics if I went through. I think I started in March of 2022, and you'll be able to see even my stats. So again, invites, connections, replies, messages sent, email sent, like all this stuff. So the main purpose of Salesforce was to basically reach out to people, connect with new people, and like follow up on the messages if they don't respond. Now, if somebody responded, we would go basically to inbox, for example, and I can target by replied. Again, I'm not going to click on this because they'll like see our messages back and forth. But in general, whenever somebody replies, the system automatically detects if it's a negative reply or if it's a positive reply. It's not always accurate, but I would say around 60% it is. Now, to each person, you can apply a specific tag. So you can apply a tag, which is basically, you can filter by unread, replied. If somebody is a lead, you can tag them as a lead, follow up, archive, positive responses, negative responses, which make their organization a little bit easier. Now, what I would say about this is cool overall. Like if we just talk about the main purpose of this tool, which is basically to like, let's say we have a list of people who want to reach out to, want to connect with them on LinkedIn and want to reach out to them. And once we reached out to them, we want to basically track our conversations according to basically if they replied positively or negatively, are they a lead? Should we archive them? Should we follow up with them, etc. The base features are there. However, it is lacking, again, as the moment of this recording, a few key features that's, I think, like if they add it, it'll be like an amazing product. And I'm sure they're working on this, but this is just, again, want to make it as quick, honest review. So for example, let's say even campaign members, if I want to upload somebody, I have a few options. So basic search, like basic search by URL, import CSV. I typically use the CSV option because previously we built out basically the outreach list for both cold email And for LinkedIn outreach, you want to make them as, like we make them essentially as targeted as possible. Because if we just search by URL, from my experience, there will be like quite a few irrelevant prospects than if we like literally created a search for only the best prospects there. Now, if I select, for example, import as CSV, this is how it would look like. The import template, I put my profile as an example. You would have this one. So import template, first name, last name, and then you can have 2 custom fields. Typically, I use it for basically role and for company. Now, what I would say regarding this is there's a strange feature, at least at the moment, is like, let's say we use Apollo as one of our main data sources, and the leads that we scrape from Apollo, their LinkedIn URL is HTTP, not HTTPS. In general, it doesn't really make it doesn't really make a difference. HTTP or HTTPS, if you put it in your browser, this would load properly. But with Salesforce, it doesn't matter, because if you just have it as a profile as HTTP, like the default one you uploaded to Apollo, or just like it won't upload, like it will simply error. And if you like try to upload leads without importing them into this template, like let's say you have a list you just downloaded from Apollo or any other lead source, and you try to choose file, and it has all the right, like all these fields, but it has also like other fields. Interestingly enough, it won't upload. So you would need to basically copy the relevant items, update this to HTTPS into this Salesforce template, and then only then can you upload from CSV. Now another thing is, for example, like let's say I created one campaign and I accidentally uploaded a few other people. Let's say I created one campaign, I uploaded all the people, but then let's say I want to create, let's say this one is, for example, B2B SaaS, like founders, which I'm targeting. Now, let's say I want to create a more specific campaign, like a second campaign where I'm targeting specifically B2B SaaS founders who are in restaurant tech. Now, interestingly enough, the contacts that I already have in this campaign or in any other campaign, they will not upload to the other campaign because they're kind of already in the system. And I talked to support multiple times about this. Currently, there is no way to exclude them basically by like in bulk, like find them and exclude them in bulk. There's no way. You have to manually go one by one, which leads me to the next point, which is basically filtering people. So it may sound funny, but like they have a blacklist feature, which on the surface, again, it sounds cool. But in terms of its capabilities, how it works is the following manner. So let me just go here, blacklist. Also, when I open a new tab, it defaults me to the thing. So let's say I want to create a blacklist. Let's call it V1. The only way you can blacklist is basically you put the keywords, you put the occupation, and you put the location. There's no way to exclude by email. There's no way to exclude by LinkedIn URL, which I think are like basic features. Again, hopefully they'll add this by the time you're watching this. But at the moment, this is this, which makes it pretty useless. Of course, we can try to especially if we're targeted by CSV, we upload people in CSV, we know they're relevant, so location and occupation will not be relevant, and keywords. So why do I, let's say, want to use blacklist? We use the same list and we reach out to them via cold email, and we reach out to them via LinkedIn. And let's say if somebody responds on the cold email side, we don't want to continue messaging this exact same person because they respond, be it a positive response or negative response. We don't want to use our message limit to message a person who already responded previously. So we want to exclude them. Now, Interestingly enough, there is no way to exclude them or find them, even find them by URL. So the current way of doing this is on the fields. We can only do this is if we search, we don't even can find the company. We have to search for, like, the way we search is by their last name here. So, which makes it pretty complicated. So first name, last name, etc. Occupation, there's no company in here. Sometimes they write it in the occupation side, but like many times they don't. And so we have to go here and do this manually. Also, blacklist, the way it works is, of course, we can put in this person's name as a keyword, or we can put the company name as a keyword. But as far as I understand, it's like the letters, let's say if the person's name is in capital letters, it needs to be in capital letters, or the company. Otherwise, it simply won't work. And this makes it pretty complicated if you like, if you think about this. And if let's say if somebody, let's say we put all the variations here in keywords, but what will happen is like the system looks for blacklists only before they started connecting with people. So later on, it doesn't really matter if they already, like, if you already like set the connection request, connected, and you send the message, it doesn't really matter. Like, it continues. Again, as far as I understood. The next thing is basically so the only way, let's say, we can prevent this is like we have to, on each client account, there's no, by the way, there's no unibox, for example, where like it's one inbox for all the clients for an agency to use, where we can basically quickly search by LinkedIn URL, their email, or I don't know, their company, anything like that, and exclude this. We have to like manually go into each client account, go to campaigns, select this, filter by last name. If it doesn't work, filter by first name, by occupation, etc., until we can go here and we can select this and, for example, mute. Because if we exclude from the campaign and then we upload again, they'll get the message again. So that's regarding blacklists, excluding people. Another thing I would say is, let me see. Another thing, withdrawing invitation. This is good because Salesforce automatically withdraws with invitations in around 30 days after the connection request was sent. So you can see invitation withdrawn here. Let's say if they don't connect. So that's a good thing. Regarding export, yeah, you can export all the leads, but interestingly enough, like you won't be able to export all your tags in the inbox. So the ones, for example, I showed basically who replied, who is a lead, who is a follow-up, etc. So yeah, moving people between campaigns also pretty difficult, I would say. So yeah, like in terms of basic features, it's good. In terms of like just uploading people, let's say we create a connection request campaign, we have a CSV of leads, and we create a message sequence on basically after the connection, what kind of messages do we want to send. It works. And then in terms of responding, inbox, it's syncing to LinkedIn pretty much almost immediately. Tagging people, it works. But in terms of filtering people using blacklists, creating like some kind of simplified version for the agency, like it's pretty difficult. On the other hand, templates, it only works for creating this kind of messages, so message sequences. It doesn't work. They don't have a button for, let's say, template responses for leads, which I think would be like very helpful. Which means that every time we have to, like, let's say I want to respond to somebody, I have to look at other leads who have similar response, or let's say open a Google Doc or a Notion where I have my templates and paste it here, change the person's name, etc. Which if we would have like a simple button that would pre-fill all the elements, the person's name, and etc., and we won't have to like write it off manually each time, it will be simpler. If we can exclude leads in bulk, if we can add blacklists, if we can add Unibox, it would be much more helpful. Cool. So yeah, that's that's pretty much it, I think. Let me go over and show the stats for another campaign. And again, I'm showing mine because, again, so you have an idea what is possible. By the way, this is also not pretty accurate, I would say. More accuracy is on the statistics page. We have like much more than that on the client side, but obviously I don't want to share like client accounts. So yeah, we can see all of this. Let me just go back to, I think, January 1st, and you can see like here it's a little bit more accurate. Again, invites, connections, messages sent, etc. Replies, stats. So yeah, it does the basic thing. If that's what you need, cool. But if you want something more advanced, hopefully they will add those features by the time of this recording. Again, hopefully you can chat with the support via chat. They're pretty responsive, which again, thanks to them. But would be really cool to have these features also to select people who have a specific criteria, who are from one company, let's say, or let's say a specific upload in bulk, move them in between campaigns. And yeah, and also avoiding errors like, for example, you only want to upload leads to a new connections campaign, but some of them by mistake you connected to. So logically, you would think, okay, the sequence will not work for those people because you're already connected. But looks like they just skip the connection step and they start the follow-up step. So it makes it a little like disorganized right here. So I would say, again, they're also pretty like young company, very responsive. So in terms of the basic features, the ones I described, if you just want, like if you have targeted list of prospects, you want to create like a message sequence, find those people, like get them to respond, tag them, reply to them, basically there. And you don't really care about using it for multiple people, excluding people from campaigns, like using blacklists, like doing some more advanced stuff. It's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool company. I would, if you're not sure about something, again, I would chat with their support first. But other than that, that's cool. Again, hopefully they can add these features because I think when they add it, this will be a much more solid product where like you can do so much more like advanced things right here. So yeah, let me see if I missed anything. And let's summarize the results I got. So I show you my statistic, and essentially let me go to my Taplio account, which is something I use for posting content. And what I did is they also have the stats feature right here. So I just want to share with you basically the results I got overall over this time period as I started the like reaching out and posting content. So I went from basically how much? Almost 1,200 followers. Let me quickly update this. 1,154. And right now I'm 2,183 followers. Obviously, followers don't count, etc. Yeah, I have more reach with my content, but essentially, like pretty much, like all of this, the majority, I would say 80 to 90%, it didn't come from content. It came from outreach. And from there, I generated some really good opportunities. I generated clients basically from it. My clients have generated opportunities, clients. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're not yet using a LinkedIn automation software and want something simple, this is a good tool, but hopefully they improve this feature so we can do some more cool stuff in here. So yeah, as always, if you have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, see you in another video or talk to you soon.